What's up, Newcastle fans? Today, the bomb has dropped. Newcastle might be planning a surprise move for an Aston Villa star in a last-minute attempt to rescue what's been a disastrous transfer window so far. And the target? None other than Aston Villa's captain, John McGinn. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by a fan, for fans who live and breathe Newcastle United. You blinked, and suddenly, Newcastle is all over the headlines. Now hold on. That massive McGinn story is coming at the end of the video, but before that, there are two key updates you need to know about. They'll help you understand why this potential signing is so important. But first, just a quick word. Remember those Chelsea fans who said this channel wouldn't grow because our fan base is too small? Well, they are starting to go quiet because our numbers are going UP. So let's keep pushing. If you love Newcastle and want to shut them up for good, hit that subscribe button right now. It costs nothing, but it sends a message. Let's smash through 1,000 subscribers and show the world the power of the black and white army. Right then, Toon fans, Newcastle is fighting to avoid the embarrassment of a summer transfer window with no major signings. And now, the club wants to hit back with a bold move, go after Aston Villa's captain. Yes, John McGinn could be the one to save this window. The story came straight from the Daily Mail, one of the most respected newspapers in the country. Newcastle United is seriously considering making an official bid for none other than John McGinn, the heart and soul of Aston Villa. Yep, you heard that right. The engine of Villa's midfield, a true leader on and off the pitch, is now on the radar of the Magpies. The 30-year-old Scottish midfielder isn't just being looked at because he's a decent option. According to reports, he's right at the top of the list. And even more importantly, Eddie Howe has already given the green light for the move to progress. So this isn't just paper talk, it's a real discussion happening behind the scenes. But why is McGinn such a big deal? It's not just about his technical ability, although yes, he's solid and reliable. It's about the full package he brings to the dressing room. McGinn is experienced, a natural leader, a player you can count on, the kind of captain who wears the armband with pride, and who shows up every single game, no matter the circumstances, is exactly the type of player every competitive team needs. The one who doesn't disappear when things get tough. The one who drags the squad forward, even when heads are dropping. The one who puts his foot in, stands tall, and leads by example when it really matters. When everything's falling apart, and the ball feels like it's on fire, McGinn is the guy who brings order. He hardly ever drops below a 7 out of 10, always gives everything, and plays with energy, intensity, and a winning mindset. And that's the mentality Newcastle wants right now. Not just talented players, but warriors, men with character, who know what it means to wear the shirt of a club with ambition and history. McGinn is being seen as someone who can lift the squad, bring experience, balance the midfield, and lead, especially now that several key players are either leaving or making noises about moving on. So make no mistake, this wouldn't just be a signing for depth. It would be a bold statement, a clear message to the media, the fans, and even the other clubs. Newcastle still knows what it's doing. And as soon as the story broke, social media went wild. Toon fans, tired of seeing our targets join other clubs, were buzzing just at the possibility of this deal. Meanwhile, Villa fans went into full panic mode. Loads of them are saying that losing McGinn now would be a massive blow to their dressing room. Even the press reacted with surprise. No one saw this coming. It seemed like Newcastle were asleep at the wheel, and now, boom, a direct strike on a Premier League rival. Let's be real, folks, this transfer window so far, it's been a letdown. The expectations were sky high. After a season full of injuries, a thin squad, and frustrating results, the message was clear. We need smart, aggressive, ambitious signings. But here's what actually happened. Benjamin Sesko, gone to Manchester United. James Trafford, snatched by Man City. Joao Pedro, went to Chelsea. Ekatike, we all thought he was coming. But nope, he's off to Liverpool. And we can't just pretend that doesn't affect the mood. Fans are frustrated. You see it on socials, in pubs, in conversations everywhere. The questions are constant. What is Newcastle waiting for? Where are the new signings? Why are we falling behind while the others strengthen? Things have felt tense. Some fans are questioning the board. Others are saying we've lost our ambition. But now, maybe, just maybe, things are starting to turn. Behind the scenes, it looks like the club is preparing a serious move for John McGinn, a player who could walk into the starting 11 from day one. Experienced, Premier League proven, a captain, a real leader. This isn't just a signing. It's an answer. It's Newcastle telling the fans, hold on, we've got this. And there's more. McGinn still has 2 years left on his Villa contract, but the media is reporting that he might be available this summer, which means this deal is possible. If this goes through, it could be the turning point of the entire transfer window. A clear sign that we've learned from the mistakes, and now we're ready to act. The ball's in the club's court now. Either we move boldly, or we let another big name slip away. John McGinn to Newcastle? This could change everything. Let's be honest, John McGinn isn't the type of player who shows up in every highlight reel. But anyone who watches the Premier League knows how important he is. His tactical awareness is brilliant. He times his runs into the box, he defends with intensity, and is smart when covering space. He's the kind of player every manager wants in their squad. And for a team like Newcastle, still unsure if Willock, Longstaff, or even Tunnelly will be available for the first games, McGinn could be absolute gold. While Chelsea, City, and United are stacking up signings, Newcastle are staying quiet on the outside. But if they manage to bring in McGinn, the message will be loud and clear. You might have more money, but we've got a project. We've got vision. We've got fight. This is a chance to turn things around and show we won't just be spectators this season. Because if John McGinn really joins Newcastle, this could completely change the tone of the transfer window. It wouldn't just be another signing. It would be a strong, direct, and ambitious statement. The arrival of a player like McGinn, captain of Aston Villa, a natural leader, and a key part of a team that's rising in the Premier League, could be a real game changer. He wouldn't just be one more name in the squad. He'd arrive with authority, ready to take on responsibility, and probably go straight into the starting 11. And even more than that, this kind of move could start a domino effect. When a player of McGinn's level accepts Newcastle's project, others start paying attention. Players who are still unsure, still waiting for a sign of ambition, might finally be convinced to come. McGinn could represent much more than 90 minutes on the pitch. He could become the symbol of a shift in mentality, a turning point, a Newcastle that, even after a frustrating window, refuses to bow its head. But of course, it won't be easy. According to the English press, Aston Villa have already turned down interest from Everton, making it clear they won't let him go for cheap. They know what they've got on their hands. A leader, a symbol, a warrior their fans deeply respect. So if Newcastle really want McGinn, they'll have to come in strong. A serious offer. Bold. Aggressive. One of those bids that's hard to refuse. And they'll have to move fast before another club jumps in. And that brings us to the big question that's been haunting Newcastle fans over the past few days. Will the board have the guts? Will they do what's needed? Or bottle it again? Or are we about to watch another big name slip away, while the transfer window slips through our fingers? What happens next could define the tone for the whole season. Now's the time to show that Newcastle are alive, that the project is still strong, and that we won't sit back and watch while everyone else takes over the market. The ball's in the board's court now. Either they step up, or the fans will demand answers, and rightly so. Toon Army, the season's about to begin. The window's closing. Time is ticking. If Newcastle want to be taken seriously, they need to stop watching and start acting. John McGinn might just be the right name, at the right time, in the right shirt. It's in the board's hands now. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think McGinn would be a good fit for Newcastle, or would you prefer someone else? And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and join our black and white army here on the channel. Let's show the world the power of this fan base. Thanks so much for watching until the end. And I'll see you in the next video here on Newcastle Mania, the channel made by the fans, for the fans.